What's up guys, I'm Brent and today I'm going to show you guys how to make this coffee table out of reclaimed cedar. Check it out. Alright, so now that I've flattened one side of the board, I'm going to go ahead and start running all of these through my planer, flatten the other face, and as soon as the one face is flat, every time I run it through, I'll flip it until both faces are completely clean and all of the boards are at an even thickness. Alright, so I've got these boards glued up. Now I'm going to go ahead and straighten one edge on the jointer, and then we're going to move over to the table saw, clean up the other face, and then joint it again. And then we're going to glue up the top. We're going to do that in halves. So I'm going to glue up these two boards, then we'll glue up the other two boards. That way it'll be a little bit easier to clamp it, and then also I'll be able to fit each half through my planer to get those totally clean, and then we'll only have one joint to clean up instead of three. Alright, so I've got both of my halves here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one here slightly smaller, so that way it'll fit inside my clamps. The top's going to end up being 20 inches, and my clamps can do like 20 and a half. So I'm going to cut it so it'll just barely fit inside of those, and then we can glue up the top. So we're going to go ahead now and cut this piece to 10 inches so that it'll fit inside of my clamps. Alright, got the top all glued up. I had to use 2 clamps right there, so that way it would actually work. But I'm going to let this dry for a while, then we can square off the ends, or square off both of the ends, cut it to the final width, and then do a little bit more detail work on it, and then it'll be done. Alright, so I'm almost done with the legs. Now all I need to do is cut them to length. So what I've done is I just cut the parts for the aprons to rough length, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plane these till I can just barely get the rough surface off, and then we can assemble it. And assemble the entire base using my pocket hole jig here. I'm just going to put pocket holes in all of the aprons, and then we can assemble the entire base. Okay, so I just got this all test fitted, so now I'm going to go ahead, take the whole thing apart, sand all of the pieces, and then we'll attach the top. Top upside down, base is sitting on top of it. Now I'm going to take my square and set it to 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to use that to set the overhang on all of the sides, and then we can just clamp it down and then put some screws in it. I've got this all assembled, and so now I'm going to go ahead and put some walnut oil on this. I really love this finish. I use it for pretty much everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then this will be done. All right, I'm super happy with the way this thing came out. I really love the grain in this piece. All of the wood from this project came from one of the guys in my neighborhood. He was ripping out a whole bunch of old trim, and he called me, asked me if I wanted it. I went over there and got it from him, and I really love the way this came out. It looked kind of nasty at first when I got it, and
I cleaned it up and it looks absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button and share with all of your friends. If you want to see some of the other stuff I'm working on, be sure to check out my Instagram and Facebook pages. I'll have links to those down in the description below. Also, if you want to help support what I'm doing, I will have a link to my Patreon page down below. Be sure to go check that out and see if that's something you're interested in. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see some of my other videos, I'll have 2 of those over on the screen right over here. Be sure to go check both of those out, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.